the turnout, the attention this fight would gather. And I don't mean just in Japan, I mean across the world, boxing fans being for a real treat. 62-0, as I say, over 50 knockouts between the pair. Two of the finest fighters on the planet.
Wow, it's finally been made official, my people. A fight that we've been waiting to see since the results following December 27th's last pay-per-view card of the year. The Night of the Samurai, a card involving a bunch of Japanese fighters in every single fight, involving two fighters that had to both win their fights to meet in what was supposed to be the biggest fight that you can make when it comes to Japanese boxing. And not just that, but also in the super bantamweight division. Naoya Inoue, with a record of 32 wins, 27 of those wins coming by way of knockout, having fought in 27 consecutive title fights, coming off a beautiful unanimous decision win against David Picasso, will be going up against Junto Nakatani. Junto Nakatani with a record of 32 wins, 23 of those wins coming by way of knockout. In between these guys, a ridiculous resume, a ridiculous amount of titles won. You're talking about the monster, Naoya Inoue, who was the WBC Junior Flyweight Champion of the World, the WBO Junior Bantamweight Champion of the World, the undisputed Ring Magazine King of the Bantamweight division, and is the reigning, defending Super Bantamweight Undisputed Ring Magazine Champion of the World. Junto Nakatani, former WBO Flyweight World Champion, former WBO Junior Bantamweight World Champion, former WBC, IBF, and Ring Magazine Bantamweight Champion of the World, before moving on up to fight Sebastian Reyes December 27th on the co-main event of the Night of the Samurai card. Look it, man. I'm absolutely hyped up for this fight. I would say before the Sebastian versus Junto Nakatani fight, I was even more excited. You felt like coming in this, Junto Nakatani might actually give Naoya Inoue one of the toughest fights that he's ever had. You see Luis Nuri drop this guy. You seen Ramon Cardenas put Naoya Inoue on his butt. But we both seen how those fights ended up turning out. Junto Nakatani in his last fight with Sebastian Reyes, it just didn't go as expected. It almost went as bad as Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Jose Ramirez. Remember that Times Square card when they were building up? Both of them had to win their fights, and they would end up fighting each other. Devin Haney beats Jose Ramirez. Was a horrible, horrible display of boxing. And then you had Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia. Ruined everything. They did the same exact thing at the Night of the Samurai, December 27th, with Naoya, the monster Inoue, facing David Picasso, beat him, and Junto Nakatani facing Sebastian Reyes. Arguably, Sebastian won that fight. Everybody was saying it. Junto Nakatani shouldn't have walked away with that win. It was a robbery. And instantly I dropped the video saying, you know what? I'm just not excited as I am for Junto Nakatani versus the monster Inoue as I was before watching Junto Nakatani face Sebastian Reyes. Now, of course, that was his first fight in the super bantamweight division, but Sebastian busted his face up, bro. He busted his face up bad. You thought Junto was looking like a different human being in there, man. But I'll tell you this, bro. It's going to be an absolutely humongous fight. It's going to be for the undisputed Ring Magazine titles. It's going to take place in the Tokyo Dome. The Tokyo Dome is the creme of the creme when you're talking about boxing arenas that you want to fight in Japan. The biggest that it gets is the Tokyo Dome. That fits over 55,000 people plus. The monster Naoya Inoue hasn't fought there since 6 fights ago against Luis Nuri back in May 6th of 2024. This is going to be his 7th fight since May of 2024. The activity of the monster is absolutely ridiculous. To be returning at the Tokyo Dome May 2nd, this is going to be a fantastic fight. Like I said, I was more excited for this fight before the Night of the Samurai card took place, but at the end of the day, styles make fights. Maybe what happened with Sebastian Reyes won't happen with the monster Inoue. You never know. I got Inoue going in here and absolutely destroying Junto Nakatani, putting on a great display of boxing. But let's see if Junto got what it takes, man. This is absolutely breaking news for the monster Inoue. And guess what? We also got another fight announcement. Nahir Albright just dropped this video today. Him at work as a registered nurse. Check it out. Nahir Albright with a record of 17 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. That draw coming on the Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios undercard where he went up against Frank Martin. Frank Martin was coming off the Francis Barthelemy knockout 4th round KO win. Did it faster than anybody. Looked sensational coming off the Gervonta Tank Davis loss. Moved up to 140 pounds. People thought he was going to come in here against the awkward style that Nahir Albright has at 140 pounds. And honestly, you couldn't give the fight to Nahir Albright. The fight was ruled a draw, but once again, Nahir comes in here and stops the momentum. He did it against Keyshawn Davis's brother, Calvin Davis. He even did it with Keyshawn Davis. Now, not in the fight necessarily, but outside of the fight, everything that ended up happening after he gave Keyshawn Davis's brother Calvin Davis that beat down and everything that happened in the locker room. That all involved in here. Albright, what happened? Keyshawn lost his WBO title and a lot of respect. That was all because of Nahir. You're talking about a guy who fought Keyshawn Davis, put up a pretty good fight, lost, but his stock started to rise. Then he fights Calvin Davis, beats him, and his stock rises even more. And he fights Frank Martin as a draw, gets on the mic after, starts singing, and his stock rises even more. He isn't winning the fights. He beat Calvin Davis, but his stock just continues to rise and rise and rise. Wow. This dude just announced May 30th. He is already returning and will be headlining his own card. Nahir Albright. My goodness.